So finally, after more than 20 hours na biyahe, nakarating na tayo dito sa Brussels, Belgium. Attend tayo sa napakahalagang International People's Tribunal na gaganapin dito.
May lapang hustisya sa Pilipinas. Hindi natin yan maitatanggi. Lalo na sa mga biktima ng krimen na gobyerno mismo o mga alagad nito ang may kagagawan. Dito kaya sa Brussels, Belgium, makakamit ang hustisya para sa mamamayang Pilipino. Halos 24 na oras kaming nagbiyahe mula Pilipinas papuntang Brussels, Belgium para dumalo sa International People's Tribunal o IPT. Isang malakorte na kapulungan na pinatawag ng International Association of Democratic Lawyers at ng Friends of the Filipino People in Struggle sa pakikipagtulungan ng iba't ibang samahan sa buong mundo na nababahala sa human rights situation sa Pilipinas. 15 kaming mga testigo, expert witness at resource persons na pumunta dito o nagpadala ng video upang ilahad ang mga ebidensya at personal na salaysay kaugnay ng counter-insurgency program ng gobyerno at kung paano ito lumalabag sa karapatan ng mga ordinaryong sibilyan at mga armadong rebelde.
All rise. The International People's Tribunal on the Philippines is now in session. Silence is enjoined.
Nasasakdal sa IPT ang dating administrasyon ni Rodrigo Duterte at kasalukuyang gobyerno ni Bongbong Marcos Jr. sa mga krimeng pandigma o war crimes kaugnay ng kanilang counter-insurgency program laban sa kilusang revolusyonaryo sa Pilipinas sa pangunguna ng Communist Party of the Philippines, New People's Army at National Democratic Front of the Philippines. Kasama rin sa nasasakdal ang gobyerno ng Estados Unidos sa ilalim ni President Joe Biden dahil sa papel nito bilang taga-suporta, taga-pondo, taga-bigay ng training at taga-supply ng kagamitang pandigba sa Armed Forces of the Philippines. Nagsilbing International Panel of Jurors ang mga kilalang legal na eksperto at mga nagtataguyod ng human rights at international humanitarian law, sina Lennox Hines, Professor of Law sa Rutgers University, Suzanne Adley, Pangulo ng National Lawyers Guild sa US, si Severin de la Velle, member ng Belgian Parliament, Julen Arzuaga Gumuzio, member ng Basque Parliament sa Spain, at Joris Verkamen, dating arsobispo ng Old Catholic Church sa the Netherlands. Ang International Panel of Prosecutors naman ay pinangunahan ni Jan Fermon, isang international criminal law expert mula sa Belgium, at Roland Meister, kilalang human rights lawyer sa Germany.
Ngayong umaga, ako ay magte-testify sa International People's Tribunal kaugnay ng counter-insurgency program ng pamahalaang Marcos at nung nakaraang pamahalaang Duterte at kung paano ito nagresulta sa malawakan at sistematikong paglabag sa international humanitarian law. Maaga kaming nakarating dito sa venue, so naghahanap kami ng makakainan. Pero wala kaming mahanap.
Ang rules of war o kung tawagin ay international humanitarian law ay naghahangad na limitahan ang salanta at lupit ng digmaan. Pinoprotektahan nito ang mga di-armadong sibilyan at civilian facilities, pati mga hindi na makalahok sa labanan, kabilang ang mga nabihag, nasugatan, nagkasakit o dumanas ng kapansanan. Inaakusahan ng gobyernong Duterte at Marcos sa suporta at udyok ng US ng mga war crimes o paglabag sa mga pamantayan ng digma o rules of war sa pakikipaglaban nito sa CPP, NPA, and DFP. Halimbawa nito ay ang mga pagmasaker ng mga sibilyan, pamamaril at pambobomba ng mga civilian communities, Mga military operations na ang target ay mga di-armadong sibilyan, pagpatay ng mga unarmed combatants o hindi na kayang lumaban, at paglapastangan sa mga bangkay ng kaaway.
The Philippines' U.S.-inspired counterinsurgency program does not distinguish between civilians and combatants, which is considered a war crime under the Geneva Conventions. The counterinsurgency program has led to massive repression, including the war crimes of extrajudicial killings, collective punishment, forcible displacement of the civilian population, abductions and forced disappearances, torture and cruel treatment, the use of violence to spread terror, arbitrary detention, and the use of indiscriminate weapons.
Ilan sa mga testigo ang napaiyak. Gayon din ang marami sa mga dumalo sa pagdinig.
They giving us ultimatum that you had only one day in order to decide if you're going to cooperate with us. They gave us two choices that you can stay alive by giving you information. If not, we will kill you. They also give that transition. Do you know that that we already have a kill order for you from our bosses? So you better give us names and information now. They also threatened us for such as physical torture, such as San Juanico Bridge torture, water cure, and also cutting our tongue. They even said that we should be grateful because they're not doing those to us and that they're not sexually assaulting us. But the hardest was the emotional blackmail. It was the turning point for us. They told to Jed that I already cooperated to them. Then they went back to me. They said that Jed already gave them names. So I better too. They kept on saying that Jed's life is on your hands. Your stubbornness will kill Jed. They were saying that Jed was only abducted because she was with me that night. That I was the only target. They're conditioning me to feel guilty for Jed's life. And it was the hardest for me.
During those times, I was only 18 years old. I have lots of dreams continuing my humanitarian work. During those 7 months, I was obligated to hide for my safety. I don't want to be in jail because I'm so young. I want to continue my human rights work till I can.
Sa nagdaang mga administrasyon hanggang sa kasalukuyan, ang aming komunidad ay nakakaranas ng militarisasyon. Pagpatay sa aming mga kamag-anak, pagsira sa aming lupang ninuno, at ang tumitinding kahirapan sa aming komunidad.
Napakabigat ng mga kwento, nakakalungkot, nakakagalit, naghuhumiyaw ang lahat para sa hustisya.
In view of the foregoing factual and legal findings, the tribunal unanimously finds the defendants, namely President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., former President Rodrigo R. Duterte, the government of the Republic of the Philippines, President Joseph R. Biden, and the government of the United States of America, guilty of all crimes, charges, war crimes, and violations of international humanitarian law alleged in the indictment.
Bagamat hindi isang tunay na korte, nagawa ng IPT na idokumento ang mga ebidensya at personal na salaysay kaugnay ng nagaganap ng mga war crimes sa Pilipinas at gumawa ng husga batay sa mga standards ng human rights at international humanitarian law. Masasabing nakamit ng mamamayang Pilipino ang hustisya dito sa Brussels. Sana makamit din ito sa Pilipinas.